following is brought to you by Cranbrook Television Limited.
Welcome to Round Town.
1978 Sam Steele Days Parade.
1980s as a period.
Welcome to Rocky Horror.
This is my guest, Roy Orbison.
And a great deal of effort are required to ensure successful results. We now have those results and are extremely pleased. There you go, Mike.
Both fighters just feeling each other out here at the beginning of this round. Neither one wants to really step in there yet. Fighters showing great moving abilities, great jabbing speed here.
There have been two fatal accidents involving contact with high voltage lines in BC this year. One involved a farm worker, a young man about 22 years old in the Kamloops area, who contacted an overhead power line with a piece of irrigation pipe that he lifted up. Was a fatal accident. The other one involved a man in the Delta area who was trimming a tree, and the branch of the tree bent down, made contact with the power line, and carried the electricity to the man, and again,
the tree did
a fatal electrocution. That's right.
The sun was up by the time they got there. They were exposed. It was like they had been thrown into a death trap. These men were cut down with violent machine gun fire and pounded with artillery. They were pinned down on the rocks, on the wall, and on the beach. Some men found themselves suddenly engulfed in flames, burned alive. Only a few were able to get over the heavily wired seawall at the top of the beach. The rest of the troops were pinned on the beach by mortar and machine gun fire. Those who weren't killed were wounded or captured. Of the 5,000 Canadians who were sent out on the operation that morning, only about 2,000 came back. In some cases, entire regiments had been almost wiped out. More than 3,000 men were murdered or wounded at Dieppe. Nearly 2,000 were taken prisoners of war. All that in one morning.
Now that we've heard that we could speed the musicians up, we'll start them once again. And we also have the ability to slow the musicians down. This is great for a teacher's application, because what they can do is they can actually program in a song and then play it back at a slower tempo, and to enable the students to get a grasp on what they're doing. And then as they increase with ability, you can, once again, speed up the tempo, depending on their ability to play at the speed.
This is the plaque that makes it official. Citizen of the Year 1986, Mr. George Poulos, presented by the Cranbrook Chamber of Commerce. George, we picked a good one.
Thank you, brother. The only thing I want to say, thank you, everyone from Cranbrook, Kimberley, and area, for the big support you give it to me, and I got the power to do what I do for the community. Thank you, everyone of the community. Vote for my beautiful award you give me today, and the happiest time for my life. I don't think so. We have another one like this. Thank you very much, and special thanks, one of my girls is working hard in my place. I don't want to name the name, but is a very hard worker and honest and do a lot of things for me, and thank you very much, and special to her. Thank you very, very much, all of you, to support the Chamber of Commerce. Thank you very much. That's all.
When you analyze the statistics and the data that we have currently, there's been a lot of research done on the effects of smoking. There are 30,000 deaths every year in Canada related to smoking, cardiovascular diseases and so on, and cancer, directly related to cancer, to smoking. And why, with all this data, and this is research under the belt, the jury is in on this subject. With this data that we have, we still get people smoking. And it surprises me, because actually you're killing yourself. Sure, you smoked for 20, 30 years, and you said it hasn't affected me, I'm still fine. But the cumulative effects of smoking will catch up with you eventually. So why people continue to smoke, I don't know. But it's their problem, not mine, as long as they don't smoke in my environment. So that's my little crusade for today on the subject of smoking. And I hope you don't mind, but I think that people should realize this, and if you can eliminate smoking, over the next 20 years, we may eliminate that 30,000 that we are losing because of it.
We've got a couple of fellas here, I guess, who you could say have some big hearts. The mayor, Rick Jensen. I don't know, this is the first time that I've had the opportunity to sell a mare with only 2 legs. And anyway, there's got to be a first for everything. And George from the Apollo, George Poulos, and there's got to be a first time that ever sold a Greek man that had a restaurant that had Chinese cooks and served Italian food. At any rate, George is a Citizen of the Year here in Cranbrook, and like I said, he's got a pretty big heart. He's helped everybody. Rosalie has spent some time getting a bunch of history on these people. Before you sell anything as an auctioneer, you've got to have something that you can say is real good about the item that you're selling. And we've had a problem. 25 and now 30. 30, a little bit now, 30, where do you want mine? A little bit now, 30, 30, a little bit now, 30, anywhere do you get it all in, y'all down at 25. At 30, where do you want to buy it? At 30, at 25 at a bid, 30, 30, a little bit now, 30, where do you a little bit now, 30, now 5, sir. At 30 and bid and 35, 5, a little bit now, 30 now, 5, a little bit now, 35. Y'all in 35, 40. At 35 at a bid, 40. At 40, yeah, do you want to buy them a little bit now? 40 now, 40, a little bit now, 40 where? At 35 over here, 40, 40, a little bit now, 40 where, a little bit now, 40 where, a little bit all in, y'all done 40 now, 5, sir. Now 50. Now 50. Go ahead. I'll tell you what. It's only money, and I'll stop you when you get too high. 50 now 5. 55 over here. 60 back in the corner. I didn't get you. Now 65, sir. At 60 bid. 65. 5 a little bit down. 60 a little bit down. 5 where a little bit down. 65. 5 a little bit down. 60 bid. 5 there. Y'all in. Y'all done at $60. 65.
We have put our bid in now, and we feel that Cranbrook is an ideal place for the Olympics. I think we have everything going for us that Kamloops had, plus. I think that Cranbrook should have a first chance at this 1989 Olympics, Special Olympics in British Columbia.
Regulation of transportation has developed in response to genuine practical problems. What can we expect if proposals for deregulation are adopted? We will see the return of the very problems these regulations were intended to solve. Transportation companies will attempt to make each route and branch line pay its own way. As a result, people living in Canada's less populous areas will suffer a decline in both quality and level of service.
If I read your question correctly, what you're basically saying is that we've had good service and therefore no change whatsoever should occur.
That's comfortable. You don't want change.
That's called status quo, and we all resist it. It is human nature to resist change. And I've worked for companies in the past that simply, the thought of change just made them freeze. And yet, the exciting part about it is that change can be for the good. Change for the sake of change itself is not the ideal thing. But even though we're talking change here, that doesn't mean that we pass this bill in its present form and that we will never have an opportunity for the next 20 years to have any input into it. There is a provision built into this bill that there will be an ongoing review of how these changes are occurring and what sort of an effect it will have on the country.
That is the East Arch, the old East Arch, which spanned the highway at the city limits of Cranbrook. This one stood at the corner of 4th Street North, I believe it is, and Cranbrook Street, where the Shell station is now, where the strip branches off onto Van Horn and the highway around the downtown area.
Looks like stonework.
It is. It was built just hand-picked stones and mortar, and this arch across it with the word Cranbrook in it. However, the highway was widened, and it came down in the late 50s. There was another corresponding arch at the west entrance to the city near CP Transport.
Mr. Preacher, how good? You too, I'm glad to hear it.
Gee, this is tremendous. I'm impressed. I'm
overwhelmed. Sure.
Side up, high the sign that gets blue. If you have 9 sons in a row, baseball teams make money, you know. Keep your sunny side up, let your laughter cry through. Stand up on your legs, be like to keep your sunny side up.
Way to go.
I would like you to accept this token of our appreciation of your visit to our region.
Well, thank you very much. Do I open it now or a little later? It's got beautiful wrapping paper with tulips on it.
Right.
Making a mess out of it.
Wow, it's beautiful. It's a picture of a beautiful garden. It reminds me a little of another garden, but that one isn't quite as natural as this one. Just beautiful. Thank you very much, Mr. Mayor.
You're most welcome.
Thank you. Now, when a letter is written or typed, but it's a personalized letter, then we respond. If it's a form letter, like I had one issue, and I believe there was 28,000 letters on that particular issue, we don't respond to every one of those. We can't justify to the taxpayers spending thousands of dollars responding to form letters. So it depends on whether it's a form letter or a personally written or typed letter, number one, and it depends on what ministry it goes to. But if it's a personal letter, it gets a response from my ministry.
It's a pleasure on behalf of the college to welcome the community to our open house Friday, March the 13th. We're only open to the public from 10 a.m. in the morning till into the early evening, and we're looking forward very much to seeing everyone there. There's something for everyone, and we're really excited about it.
Ask for it?
Welcome to the East Kootenai Community College Open House. Enjoy and attend slideshows in the lecture theater, room 250. Tours of the welding department at 1:30. Enjoy!
Look at all those calories going in there.
There's
Phil.
guaranteed no calories. I can absolutely guarantee it. Totally cholesterol free.
I see.
Very enjoyable.
Yes, I'm sure.
We use low calorie cream. I'm going to have to use plastic. Until we get there. Isn't that horrible?
Yes, we have people from India, people from Cambodia, Vietnam. There's a lady from Taiwan, and we also have a couple of Iranians, a fellow from Tanzania.
Well, I'm testing a sample of the school water from Jaffrey. And we were just about to determine how hard the water is according to our simple little titration experiment here.
Basically, in the biology lab, we just have a display set up of skeletons. We have some microscopes out, as well as some anatomical models that people are finding quite interesting as well.
We'll let you try the passion meter here.
Okay.
You hold the probe in the palm of your hand and close your hand over it.
Okay.
And this is measuring, I guess, your passion, eh? And,
Holy mackerel.
as the different lights light up, hopefully.
How long does this take?
You have to just wait for a second or two before the lights come on.
Oh, I can feel it. I can feel it in my hand. Sort of pulse in there.
Got a blue.
Oh. Got to be harder than that.
We had a few people that couldn't even light up any lights.
Really?
So that's the one.
That's going to be it, is it?
That's pretty low.
Pretty low. I'm not too passionate just at the moment.
We're playing this music. The radio is hooked up over there to a laser. And this music is being passed over here along a laser beam to an output display here and on an oscilloscope. I block the laser with my hand, no noise. You can imagine how nice this would be in your home if you ever want to shut off the kids' stereo.
Yes,
you know.
that'd be nice. That appeals.
Nothing to it.
What we have here is, number one, a library, which is a conventional library with books and journals and so on. We have an audiovisual department which has tapes, films, and all the equipment to go with it. We have a computer learning center in which we have Apple computers and IBM compatible computers which are available both to students and the public as well.
Are they really?
And about 150 computer programs that people can come and use.
Right now we're creating a pie chart, which is a graph, and each segment represents a certain percentage.
I see.
And it's all generated by the computer. We feed it in and then just dump the information to the plotter, and it plots out the graph.
It plots out the graph for you.
Yeah.
So, and it's doing colors?
Yeah, it has 8 colors, and it types in about 6 different fonts.
That is impressive. Just think that course in statistics would be a breeze with this.
That's what we're working on it for.
Is that what it's for?
Yeah.
Good. Welcome, Anne.
Thank you,
Nice, really nice to have you here.
It's good to be here.
And I'm looking forward to hearing about what your hopes are for the opening of the legislature on Monday.
Yes.
And I know you really want to tell me all about it.
Well, I sure do. This is what we've been waiting for quite a while. I mean, the other work is important and so on, but it's always exciting to find out what's going to go on in the legislature.
My name's Len Bouquet. I'm the coach of the Cranbrook Pee Wee Legion Rams, who are now preparing for their provincial championship starting on March 15th through to the 19th. The boys are currently getting ready for these provincials by having a spirited practice that you can see out here.
In the town of Lunenburg, down Nova Scotia way, in 1921 on a windy day, a sailing ship was born, the Lunos was her name, you'll never see her kind again.
It's right down to the last. And Ron, this place is alive.
Only one thing could make this better if this was game 3, but it's not game 3, but you can't say they're not getting their money's worth.
All right, listen to those fans. 28 seconds to go, and the fans are in an uproar. 28 seconds. I don't think I've heard the Cranbrook fans so loud. They are just up on their feet, and they're really hollering. 28 seconds left. Burnaby goal is empty. Cranbrook fans are chanting. They're close to a victory here tonight. The Colts, here's Allison on the open net. He's going right in. He shoots, and the defenseman made the save. What a save by the defenseman. And I believe that was Popoff that covered up on that. But Allison had the open net, and a fine defensive move by the Burnaby defenseman. He blocked the shot. Was that Popoff, Ron, that blocked that?
Yes, I believe it was. He came sliding across there. I couldn't get the number because he rolled over onto his back.
What a save. That would have been it right there, so that keeps Burnaby alive. Burnaby's still alive. 16 seconds. They're still trying to pull this one out. You got to give Burnaby a lot of credit. They've still got their goalie out, and they're taking the face-off on their own end. 16 seconds remaining. They're shooting the work still. Here's Allison on the open net. Oh, and another save by Popoff. He stuck his stick in the way on that shot on the open net. Puck's in the corner. It's shot in behind the goal. The Colts are going to win it. Here's Fisher's shot. He shot it wide. It's into the corner. The Colts are the champions.
Here comes Roger Pratt, age 45, looking absolutely wonderful. The winner of the EK 10K race. Here he comes. Lots of applause. A wonderful run. We'll find out what his time is in a few minutes.
Burning up, don't know just how far that I can go. Just a few miles down the road. I can make it, I know I can. You broke a boy in me, but you won't break a man. I can see a new horizon underneath the blazing sky.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. What a beautiful day to be in the city of Cranbrook. I'd like to say a special thanks to all of you for, first of all, your support for the Man in Motion Tour, and second of all, for your support for the objectives and the people that it represents. As you can see by today, it's a fantastic team effort of people who have rallied behind a dream, who have worked hard to make it come true. Thanks to people like you, we've been able to have an impact in this world far greater than we could ever have dreamed. I'd like to say a special thanks once again to some of the members of this team, some of the hundreds of thousands of people that have worked together from 34 countries and 4 continents all over the world throughout the past 2 years. First of all, I'd like to say thanks to my crew one more time, because they've committed their whole lives to this project just as I have. They left home, their jobs, their families, their friends, and they've been helping me help others, and I want to thank them very much again for their support. And in this community here, I'd like to thank some of the people that have made a difference, who've worked so hard on our behalf over the years, and especially to help put on an event such as this. So I'd like to thank our MC and friend Ron Sims for his support and for a great job here. Thank you, Ron. Good job. I'd also like to thank Robbie Pike for doing a great job in the financial presentations. Fantastic job, Robbie. Right on. I'd like to thank Fred Graham and the Cranbrook Man in Motion Organizing Committee for doing a fantastic job. Thank you, Fred. I'd like to thank Mayor Jensen, because his support in this community is going to go a long way to continue to break down barriers standing in the way of disabled persons and their potential. Thank you.
The trade fair we talked about earlier in the program, and that again is another major fundraiser. When is that happening?
Yeah, the first full weekend of May. That'll probably be the May 5th or 6th weekend this year. We have our annual trade fair, where we have close to 120, 130 displays for people, young, old, alike, to come and see. And we have things all the way from women's jewelry to motorcycles and building products, just something for everyone. There's an overhead look at the Memorial Arena, one of the 2 arenas that we use. We use the Kinsman Arena, showing just the variety of things that we have and the number of people that are going through there. That's right in front, in the front doors, right by the City of Cranbrook booths, and you can see there's the door prizes that we've had donated through the years. Again, the business people of Cranbrook really helping us out.
There's the start. And here they go. The veterans of this race are well out in front. They know the system. I think it helps to have done it a few times, and then you know how to manage. Here comes our first runner, and with a guess I would say it's probably Barry Martin. Fine runner.
He came second in the UK 10K just a few weeks ago. That's the lead car in the front with the lights flashing. The local branch of the Canadian Diabetes Association has done a lot of work getting people on this route to keep the children safe, keep the participants safe. We've got spotters and water stations and a front car, a lead car, and a follow-up car.
We have found out that there's a lot in common. You, Cranbrook, are the heart of the Rockies. We are Coeur d'Alene, the city with the heart.
Mayor Stone and I can sign the twinning arrangement, the sister city arrangement. We can declare it as a official document of both cities, but we need both cities to have the population to make it happen.
It's a genuine pleasure, of course, to be involved in a new Hands Across the Border effort to unite our two communities. But I think it's even more than this. I think it probably considered Hearts Across the Border would benefit, would be more expressive of what we really are involved with.
Into view now is our own Cranbrook float, of course bearing the 1987 candidates, Sherry, Tammy, Melinda, Cindy. I think Gary's going to talk to our new sweetheart.
And I'm here with our new princess sweetheart of Sam Steele, Maureen Kennelly. Do you want to say a few words?
I feel fantastic, and I hope everyone has a great weekend.
Well, I heard you had a great pageant last night. Congratulations.
I did. Thank you very much.
Doggy in the window, the one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy is for sale. I'm just take a trip to California and leave my poor sweetheart alone. If he has a dog, he won't be lonesome, and the doggy will have a good home. How much is that doggy in the window? The one with the waggly tail. How much is that doggy in the window? I do hope that doggy is for sale. I read in the papers there are robbers with flashlights.
Where are you going? Wait! Hey, Mike! Go! Let me get the fucking knife! Wait! What did he say? Gold! Gold! Where's the gold? Brewery Creek! Brewery Creek! Did anyone get any gold out of there? Someone found gold in Brewery Creek? That's what they said! He sure looked excited. We're partners. They didn't like him to run off on me like this. This must be a big one! He stole my bat! Where in blazes is my clothes? You see a guy run off with a suit of underwear and a pair of trousers? Paid $5 in those trousers. Where's the constable? Oh, I thought I heard footsteps.
Apart from dedicating a phenomenal wilderness area, it represents the first area that we have designated as a Forest Service, as a wilderness area in British Columbia. We had recent amendments to our legislation just several weeks before this became a wilderness area that enabled us to declare such areas. Prior to that, the Forest Service had not been actively involved in that end of the spectrum of recreation. Parks had the parks and their recreation areas, but there's about 80% of Crown land that is managed by the Forest Service, and a lot of that was de facto wilderness but had never been formally recognized or managed. And we like to think that this is the beginning of us getting into the management of all of the recreation in the province.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Cranbrook Firefighters' first annual Muscular Dystrophy Telethon. Today we hope to inform you and entertain you. Inform you about this terrible disease and entertain you with the talented people from Cranbrook in our area. But the reason we're doing it is simple. To help kids and adults with muscular diseases, help them today with comprehensive medical services, help them tomorrow with treatments that will put them back on their feet, cured.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them.
On your marks, get set, you're out of here.
And welcome to our 11th annual Meet Your Monsters here on Halloween night. We're at the Cranbrook Cable TV station, Channel 11, on the corner of 8th Avenue and 2nd Street South. And what's your name?
Cheyenne.
Cheyenne. Are you shy?
Yeah.
Yeah? What's your name?
Desiree.
Desiree? And who's this over here? Are you Amanda?
Yeah.
Do you answer all the questions for her?
Mm-hmm.
Are you the answering machine?
No.
No? Do you beep when you're finished a message?
No.
No? I hear you have a special laugh for us tonight.
Yeah.
What's your laugh?
Look.
Well, can I hear it? Let me hear your laugh. Let's hear you laugh like a witch. Does a witch go ho 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 ho?
No.
No? Does a witch go
No.
As we salute the silent dead of the armed forces, we search our hearts as to whether we can truthfully say that we have kept faith with our comrades whose memory we honor today.
We've reduced our debt by over $3 million, doubled our street building budget to $400,000 out of current revenue instead of borrowing, as was past practice. We've maintained affordable tax increases. 1986, 0%. 1987, 2%. Through innovation and attrition, we've developed a committed workforce to deliver a high level of service at a reduced cost. We lobbied for and got the 1986 BC Summer Games. We lobbied for and got a very large Expo Legacy grant.
The Auditorium Theatre is an example of the issue. The Open Sunday controversy is another example of the issue. But the issue is your right to vote in all matters that involve major expenditures or matters that affect the way we live. This is your right.
I want to talk a little about
downtown revitalization and ask you seriously, what is the auditorium constructed out at the college going to do for downtown revitalization? Could it perhaps be one more nail in the coffin of a dying downtown?
Would you like to sit up here? There we go. Who's that? Who's that? What's your name? Hey? See, there's Dad over there. He wants to say hi, take a picture. What's your name?
Blaine.
Blaine? Who's this fellow on my lap, Blaine?
Kyle.
This is Kyle.
Christmas, we wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Good tidings to you wherever you are. Good tidings for Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Before you leave, please subscribe to our channel. It will not only help you stay up to date with our videos, it will also be a nice way to show your support for the volunteers who make this project possible. Thanks for watching, and please tune in again.